Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, as you can tell by the title, we're going to be doing a fluffy brow tutorial slash routine. And this video was actually pre-filmed because I had a video go up before this, which will be linked in the description if you want to watch it. But I forgot to do an intro that day. I'm really sorry, but here's the intro now. So yeah, if you want to see how to get a fluffy brow, then keep on watching. Hope you enjoy. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. I know I look busted, crusted, and dusted. Most of the time when I come on, I look a little better, but, you know, it's okay. So first I want to talk about some of my favorite brow products and what I'm going to be using today. First thing that I want to talk about is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Gel. Mine is in the particular shade of soft brown. Honestly, I'm obsessed with this. I saw so many people rave about it. And like when it first came out, I really wasn't interested in it because I was still like doing like very dark brows and they weren't fluffy at all. They were like very dramatic. So I didn't get this for a while, but after trying it for a while, I'm honestly obsessed. And if you use it the right way, I honestly love it in my brows. Next thing is the Wet n Wild retractable brow pencil, and this is in the shade medium brown. I like to go a little bit darker with my brows because my brow are like my natural brow hairs are just so dark. I love this because it has a very thick edge. I don't know if you can see that, but it's very easy to just underline the bottom of my brow like I'm gonna show you. So this is why I really love it, and it's super cheap, and it's been one of my favorites for so long. Next thing is the e.l.f. Clear Brow Gel and the Clear Mascara Gel. It's like this. Honestly, I use both for my brows. I never like put clear mascara on. It's just like whatever one I run out of first, I just use the other ones. I like both, and they dry down like the same. Next thing is the Morphe X Jeffree Star AS7, which is the first eyebrow brush and like the first collection that they dropped. This has been one of my favorites, and honestly, the best brow brush. The tip of the brow side is just so thin, it's like razor sharp. I've used it and cleaned it like so many times, and I don't see how it hasn't like got like thicker on the end, because most of the time they do. So yeah, I definitely had to mention this because I really love it, and I think that you can buy it in an individual, like by itself, and you don't have to buy the collection. The next thing that I like to use to carve my brows is actually another brow brush. But it's the e.l.f. one, and it's like the clear one. I don't know if it's like, I guess you could use any one, but this is the one that I use. I used this for a while on my brows, but the tip right here is just so small, like the actual like length of it. So it takes like me forever to do my brows, and I already love the Jeffree Star one. So I just like to use this and only this side to carve out my brows with concealer. You already know that I love the Morphe concealer, but I actually just ran out of that. So I'm going to be using the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the shade Light 12. I think this is too dark, but we'll make it work. You're really close. If you can see like every pore, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, don't judge me. But I wanted to bring you really close so that you could actually see it. And yes, I know that my nails need to fill in. I'm going Monday, which I think when I'm uploading this, it will be Monday. So yeah, I'm aware they're going on 4 weeks, but they look so good. Honestly, you can't tell me nothing, period. I'm gonna start at the tail of my brow first, and I'm just gonna brush the hairs up with very light pressure because we don't want a lot of product on our brows. We just want them to like stick up. I like to make sure it's even like all throughout the brow because sometimes it doesn't do that. Be the first step to getting like a really fluffy brow. I like to brush them up like whichever way I'm going, and that just gets them looking the fluffiest. Taking the Wet n Wild pencil, and I like to take it, and I actually like to push it. I like to take it up more than I normally would because it's a whole lot easier to like see where it's going. But if you have it like way down, you can barely see like where it's going. And I feel like when it's up a little bit higher, I don't know if you can see that, it's just be more precise. I like to take it, sorry, I got a different mirror because the other one was really big. But next I like to take it and I like to go a little underneath where the brow hairs are, because when I do concealer, I just really like to not get concealer on like actual brow hairs. So I like to kind of like overdraw them almost a little bit like this. So you see like where your brow hairs are, go like right underneath them. And I feel that helps with like fluffiness because the brow hairs look a little more natural. And you following the line all the way to the end of my brow. Making sure that all the lines are very dark. The end of this line meets, I'm gonna take it and I'm just going to go through the end of the brow with the brow pencil and just extend the tail of it. Just fill in the brow tail in. I don't want to put any product on the top of my brow. I really don't like that. And if you're wanting like a natural fluffy brow, this is going to be like the best step, is to not put any brow product on the top. Notice like right here at the arch of my brow, you can barely see it. So I'll just take it very, very lightly. Just enough for it to like come back to life almost. I'll just take the brush and I'll like kind of flick it where I see that I have like some sparse areas. Have it like this. I'm going to take the spoolie side to the Jeffree Star eyebrow brush, and I'm just going to start brushing them up. And the trick that I would say is to be very, very careful, because you don't want to get any eyebrow product up here, because then you're going to have to take concealer and then it's not going to look natural. So I like to really just make sure that I'm not going over the top of that line, because it will get very messy very, very quickly. And once I have them like that, it's very dirty under here, I'm going to take concealer. Put some of the concealer on the back of my hand, like so. Take the e.l.f. brow brush and I'll just pinch it together to make it very, very like sharp. I'll dip into it. Make sure you don't have any excess, because if you get like a lot of concealer under there, it's not gonna look natural when we blend it out. And I like to just start concealing underneath that line, like where we use the Wet n Wild pencil. Once I have concealer like all the way through, I'll take some extra and just kind of like blend it down, so it's easier to blend it out. Kind of look at it and just make sure it's the shape that I want. Sometimes I have to go back through and like add more brow product. I'm going to be taking the JS3 brush and I'm just going to be blending the concealer down. And I'm just going to be running that through my brow hairs and just making them stick up yet again. And that is how I achieve my fluffy brow. I'll go off camera because I'm actually filming another video that didn't really include my brows. And then I will be back to show you the completed look. Okay, so I'm back with my look done. What do we think? But honestly, I'm obsessed with fluffy brows, and as you can tell, I wanted to show you guys how to get them. Yeah, without further ado, I'm just gonna go on. I'm gonna go get some lunch, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.